Hey guys, so today in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to use a laser measurer to see if the foundation is settling. So this method is used by a lot of foundation companies. You can see here I have a tripod set up in a room and I have a laser measurer that pretty much gives you a horizontal and a vertical plane. And this one's not a 360 one, so a 360 one would be more optimal, but you can get by with just this. So you can see essentially there's a horizontal line, right, that laser measurer will do. And you want to keep that tripod at the same height. Now, to do this measurement, you're going to go right there from the corner and measure down from one corner to the top of that laser. And you're going to go ahead and do that for each corner. And if you have anything more than a 1/2 inch deviation, a dip, that will go to show you whether or not one side of that particular corner is settling, right? So this is a basic test, right? There's other things that you can do as well, but this video is just going to strictly cover how to pretty much perform a laser measure test. Again, this is a very easy test that a lot of foundation companies do because it's very quick and it gives you pretty much a good understanding of the settlement in that particular home or room as well. And what I'm doing here, like I said, the first step is you want to set it up at a particular height. And you want to keep that height congruent in every single room. So don't go up or down with that tripod. I'm taking my tape measure and I'm pretty much just going up towards the top of that line where that laser is. And that's going to essentially give me the measurement. I'm going to record the measurement and then I'm going to repeat the process for the other corner. And really, to be honest, that's pretty much it. It's very simple. And if you have a 1/4 inch deviation, that's fine. There's nothing to call out as foundation settlement. It's only really when you get more than 1/2 inch. Another thing I want to point out, guys, that I want to go ahead and make sure you guys don't make a mistake or think that the foundation is settling. So here we have carpet, right? So obviously when I set my tape measure to the floor, to the line, it's gonna give you a little bit of a different measurement than if I measured on tile, because obviously the carpet adds a little bit of height to the floor. So here I was measuring at about 44.5. That is more than a 1/2 inch than what we've been getting, like I've been showing you guys in the video. However, you have to put into perspective that the carpet is going to add a little bit of height to that floor. So you have to put in the type of floor into perspective. And this is why I tell you, if you have different floor types like tile and carpet, don't mix in the measurements. Measure the tile, that's your measurement for your tile, and that's what you should get around. And your carpet is gonna give you a different measurement. So just keep that into perspective. Now, another thing I want to point out is the elevation shouldn't really matter and affect your laser measure. And the reason being is the tripod is going to set at the same height all the time. So even if you're lower, even though your laser measure at the top point will be lower, you're going to be measuring from lower. So that will equal out. So it's not going to affect the results too much. So just keep that into perspective. So you should relatively get around the same measurement as long as one is tile and the other one is tile, or one is carpet and the other one is carpet. It's really the type of floor that affects the results. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Like I said, guys, this is a very easy tool and pretty much way to measure whether or not the foundation is settling. There's other ways, like I mentioned. This is just one way, a very quick way. You can see here, just keep all the tips that I told you in mind. And all you need to do is just take the tape measure, put it all the way down to the floor, go all the way up to the top line, repeat it for each corner, and mark your measurements. And anything over or more than a 1/2 inch deviation is considered an issue. So essentially that's all you do to see and how to use a laser measurer to see if your foundation's settling. You're going to just set up a tripod about chest high. You're going to take a tape measure and then just measure the corners of each corner. And if you have a 360 one, it'll make it a lot easier because then you don't want to move the tripod, but you don't really need one. Just measure each corner, and as long as you don't have more than 1/2 inch of deviation, then there is no settling and you're perfectly fine and you don't really have much to worry about. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to use a laser measure to pretty much measure whether or not your foundation is settling or not. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.